Hi guys, happy Cinco de Mayo. Today in America we celebrate Cinco de Mayo, which is Spanish for the 5th of May. And today is the 5th of May, even though it's probably the 6th in Houston. Cinco de Mayo is one of the holidays that Americans have taken the ethnic background of and transformed it into a secular holiday, secular meaning a national or everyday kind of holiday. And how we celebrate it is with food and drink, and usually a lot of the drink part. So I'll give you some background on Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, or on the 5th of May in 1862, remember I'm not a historian, there was a battle between the Mexican army and the French army. It was just one battle. It wasn't a war, but the Mexican army won, and it was kind of a turning point. They beat the French in this battle, and we're very excited, and it did turn and kind of get the French to leave Mexico alone. So the following year, Mexican immigrants to California celebrated in solidarity with the people of their country, celebrating the victory. And like any victory day, which is coming up, anytime a battle is celebrated, it is usually just to say, good, we won. This was for the Mexicans, having the European influence out of their region was good. So that really was the first Cinco de Mayo. Currently in Mexico, it's still celebrated in the town that it occurred, and it is a military celebration. It is a parade. So this sounds pretty familiar to Victory Day, yes? But it's not as widespread of a celebration as it is in America, but we kind of have changed the meaning of it. Over the years, as the people of Mexican heritage celebrated Cinco de Mayo, it evolved, and it became not just a remembrance of victory in battle. It became a chance for people of Mexican heritage living in the U.S. to celebrate that heritage, to celebrate their background, the special foods and dances and music, and parts of their culture that weren't necessarily an everyday part of their life anymore. So by the 1930s, it had changed from this remembrance of the battle to a festival, a day to celebrate, and people would dress up, they still do, in the native costumes of Mexico, and mariachi bands, which is a type of music that they play, would perform, and there would be lots of food and just a huge celebration. And mostly as it evolved, it occurred in parts of America that had larger populations with Mexican heritage. So California, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, Southwest America would celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And you would see these festivals pop up in the towns, especially with large Hispanic population. We refer to the Mexican culture as Hispanic sometimes in America. We tend to use them interchangeably, although Hispanic goes a little bit further than people from Mexico. Some of the large cities that found themselves with populations of Mexican heritage, like Chicago even, would put on these celebrations of Cinco de Mayo. And some of the good foods you would see are tacos and enchiladas, chiles rellenos, tres leches, sopapillas, really good food. Now, like anything, that evolves. Eventually, business gets involved in it. So in the 1980s, we saw a surge of commercialism, where restaurants, bars, event planners tried to make some money, more money, from having these events around Cinco de Mayo. And as it became more commercialized, it lost some of that festival celebration of culture and became more of a day to go out with your friends and to eat, to drink, and have a good time at a bar or a restaurant. So it has evolved. In some cities, it is still very much a cultural festival time, but almost anywhere in the U.S. you can find celebrations of Cinco de Mayo, usually in a bar or restaurant. These were, especially the bars would do margaritas, all kinds of margaritas, and restaurants will have specials, food specials. Mexicans will tell you that the food we eat in the U.S. and that we call Mexican is actually Tex-Mex, mostly because it evolved from the Mexicans who moved to Texas, had their own little flair, and the things that they could grow here that they didn't grow in Mexico. So Tex-Mex food, or American Mexican food, tends to be spicy, has a lot of peppers, hot peppers in it, and the king of all Tex-Mex food is the taco. And the taco is either a hard or soft tortilla made with corn or flour, and inside of it can be some sort of meat and a cheese, sometimes beans, sometimes thinking lettuce, tomatoes, as many different versions of pelmeni that you can think of, and how everybody has their own that they make at home. As many varieties of pelmeni as there are that many varieties of tacos. People sometimes like to grill the meat or have it ground like farce. Usually the only thing is there is some kind of taco seasoning. Not everybody likes it spicy, some do, some don't. But tacos are an American favorite. And I would say that just like the hamburger and hot dog, tacos are definitely an American food. And we have that culture of the blending, that's a good word, the blending of the Mexican culture as people of Mexican heritage came to America. Our culture's blended, and there's many things you find in America that are ethnically belong someplace else because of the people that came and brought either the foods or traditions with them. So it is one of my favorite blendings, is the bringing of the Mexican food to America. So because of that, and because of the popularity of tacos, we have a phenomenon currently. It's quite popular maybe in the last 2 years. It's called Taco Tuesday. So restaurants, of course, like to make specials of tacos on Tuesdays, encouraging people to get out and have a taco, come to a Mexican restaurant. So even in families, you'll see my nieces love Taco Tuesday, and every week they do a different kind of taco, sometimes fish, sometimes beef, chicken, but they like to have Taco Tuesday. So this year, Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, falls on Taco Tuesday. So it is incredible how excited people are over these two events coming together. I think a little bit of the pandemic has gotten to us, but on the news, in the commercials, restaurants are definitely promoting Taco Tuesday to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. So in Texas currently, we have started to open some of our restaurants as they ease the regulations of the pandemic, mostly because as a state we haven't been severely hit with the virus as some of the other cities in the U.S. have. So there is an excitement about the chance to go to a restaurant. Some are open, but with limited seating. Some are not open, but they do have takeaway and delivery. So tonight, that's what my husband and I will do, definitely celebrate Cinco de Mayo with some Tex-Mex food. The other popular thing that is not happening is usually the bars have a great promotion, a lot of promotions around drinks like margaritas and tequila as being products of Mexico, or something, a beer. Mexican word, or the Spanish word is cerveza. So Corona, which I don't think would be very popular this year, or Dos Equis are two Mexican beers that are popular at this time. But this year, bars are still closed, so a lot of those events and celebrations are not going to happen. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I hope that maybe taking a break from the party holiday, maybe turning it back into the ethnic festival holiday, celebrating the Mexican people and the wonderful things that their culture has brought to the U.S. That's a good thing. But we don't need a bunch of young people going out to bars. So anyway, that's my little story about Cinco de Mayo. And maybe I'll talk another time about the other holidays that us Americans have changed and tweaked to be our own. But when we all get together again, we can talk more about what your favorite holidays are. In the meantime, you can always leave me a comment below. You can send me a WhatsApp message. I do respond to those. And if you want to chat, send me a message by WhatsApp and we can set up a time. And then we video chat through WhatsApp. And it has been successful with some of the students. And if that's what you would like to do to practice your English, I am available and very willing to chat with you and get some practice going. In the meantime, I hope that your week is going well. I hear that you're back to classes or some sort of structure, and I'm very thrilled for that. Keep up your studies, keep practicing, keep listening, and soon, I hope soon, we'll all be in the classroom together, and maybe I'll even bring you some tacos so you can try them. Anyway, happy Cinco de Mayo. You guys be safe. Bye.